Man, congratulations on all your success. I see you still doing your thing, you know, switching the game up.
Yeah, man, it's this has actually been the most powerful year of my whole entire life, brother. I'm better than I've ever been.
Really? How so? Explain.
Well, I opened up a multimedia company about 4 years ago that's called A Banner Vision. You can check it out at abannervision.com. I score movies, video games. I did music for Gatorade for the World Cup, Mercedes-Benz, movies, you name it. It's like now my company has gone international. So just what we're doing as far as multimedia is concerned is unprecedented for a company that's only been open for about 4 years.
Congrats. Congrats. You know, I mean, this is one thing I learned about being in hip hop is that the way you come into hip hop is not always going to be the way that you prosper. And it's important to see opportunities as they come and to change the game. Like, you know, when we first met, I was a DJ and now I run, you know, websites and YouTube channels. So it's very different.
Well, the thing that hopefully that we can do for the children is give them that vision early, so that they won't have to catch them as they come. They can sort of control, you know, because a lot of things that happen to us, we saw the opportunity and jumped on it. You know, imagine having that vision going in, you know, even, I mean, some of the things and opportunities that hip hop provided for me, I wouldn't have ever dreamed that I would have been, you know, in East Africa, maybe helping to set up the whole structure for a country. You know what I'm saying? I would have never dreamed of that, but through my experiences and through your experiences, maybe kids can see that it's an opportunity that's worth even dreaming.
Okay, so talk about this East Africa thing.
I really don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to blow the opportunity, but me along with Ravi Shelton, Shaka Zulu, Ludacris's manager, Terrence J. You know, we had an opportunity to go to East Africa and help maybe set up structures, and it was a powerful opportunity. I don't want to go too deep into it because things are still developing, but it was amazing.
I saw an interview with you not too long ago where you talk about doing concerts around Christmas and then giving the money away. The interview that I saw was with an outlet that I think a lot of the hip hop, you know, community isn't really familiar with. So could you tell that story over?
Well, my Heal the Hood organization started with literally me doing concerts. That's when I was a touring artist. I was on airplanes 5 days a week, nearly for 8 months. And what I did around Christmas time was, during that time I was getting paid maybe around $20,000 a show. That's what I was bringing home. That was early. And I would take that $20,000 and basically just walk around some of the most impoverished neighborhoods in Jackson, Mississippi, and I would just give $100 bills out. You know, I go from house to house, just knock on the door unannounced, and just give out $100 bills, and that's how Heal the Hood started. And I remember Andre Benjamin's mom telling me, "David, you can't do that. Like, the IRS is gonna come and get you." And that's when Nelly's organization, because of the Heal the Hood concert that we did for Katrina, Nelly let me go under the umbrella of his non-for-profit until I was able to get, you know, my non-for-profit legal, and it's what it is now, brother. That it literally started during Christmas time, walking around neighborhoods giving out $100 bills.
So tell me, like, some of the most heartfelt kind of reactions you got when you just knocked on a stranger's door and handed them some money,
well,
and walked off.
Oh man, the one thing that I try to do as a person in hip hop is just change what America has put on, especially the black men. it's like, you know, people seem to be surprised that I'm a semester and a thesis away from my master's degree, that I can debate in front of Congress and win, you know, that I can even hold a conversation. You know, I've been in a room with one of the smartest guys in the world and was able to hold conversations on my own and even bring aspects that maybe he hadn't never thought about to the table. And I want to show people that as far as hip hop. And I think I was able to do that to show people that people are still kind. People still care about the neighborhoods, you know? It doesn't matter whether I'm a rapper or not. I'm just a person. And the fact that I happen to come from hip hop shows like this is what hip hop was built upon. It was the community. So for me to be able to bring happiness and to bring joy and to show somebody that we care, man, to have a grown man come to you and say, Banner, man, I didn't know how I was going to be able to feed my family this Christmas. Like, bruh, thank you. Like, those are the things that I remember more than anything, man. You know, I remember a lady crying and was like, dude, we didn't know what we were going to do for Christmas. Like, you know, exit the toys and all of that kind of stuff. Just electricity, water, you know what I'm saying? The small things that we take for granted. Those are the things I remember.
Yeah, and this was actually around where you lived.
Well, it wasn't just around where I live. It was everywhere. I went to the worst hoods. You know, the place that I'm from was like a lower middle class family. It was a lower class, middle class, but it was still like when I was growing up. Like now, where I'm from is probably my street. They said had some of, you know, the most frequent or some of the worst murder cases, like my actual street now. When they did statistics on the city, but like when I was younger, it was a good place to stay. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily say my hood was like one of the worst hoods at the time in Jackson. Like it was basically lower to middle class, you know, middle class families. So, you know, the places I went were places where, you know, people were struggling to keep their water on. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't necessarily in my hood.
No, that's what's up, man. I wish more people would do that.
Well, the cool thing, bro, and the one thing that I'm going to talk to you about later on in this interview is that it's up to people like me to become successful, like super successful at being the way that I am now. See, the thing is, people will do whatever they see is successful. So if you continuously show black women housewives, then that's what they're going to want to be. We got to show them some success. And that's the reason why I started my multimedia company. If it takes me buying 250,000 copies of my new album and giving them out on the street, that's what I can afford to do, and I can do it. So it don't really matter whether, you know, society grasps onto it or not. I'm going to make it happen. Like, it's our responsibility to show these children some success, to show them some positivity, you know, to show them another way. I give you an example. A lot of kids don't even know that they can score video games. All of these producers running around after these rappers, when they have the opportunity, man, I make more money doing a Gatorade commercial than I made being on tour for 8 months, touring 5 days a week. You feel what I'm saying? Doing trailers, scoring video games. Like, people don't know that. Anywhere you hear sound, if you hear a beep on a remote control, you can make money doing that. And most people try to keep that away from their people because they want to be the only one that's making money off of it. I don't think a lot of people have the level of talent that me and my people have. So a lot of people can't compete with me even if they wanted to. So I'm not worried about that aspect of it. But you have to give other people an opportunity to live life and to be happy. I want other people to be able to score movies, to do video games, brother, to have potential to work with Fortune 500 companies in Asia, in Africa, and Germany, and all of the places that hip hop has brought to me. Like this is because of hip hop. So it is my responsibility to bring something back to hip hop to help kids who are now the age of that my children would be if I had them. You know, to have an opportunity to make some money and to thrive the way that we thrived off hip hop. That is our responsibility. It's your responsibility to do something for a DJ who probably couldn't see to the end of his fingers to have that opportunity to do what you done. Like, that's your responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what I try to do, is just shed some light.
And if they want to do they do, let them do the do. They the ones got to ride it out, cuz. Okay? Don't throw them under the bus. At least they ain't out hurting nobody.
Black people, we have okayed everything down to a point where our culture is gone. Black folks, for the most part, don't have nothing to say about hip hop or R&B. It has been taken away from us.